Once upon a time, there was a young lady. I think she was around 22. This girl was in fine form. I guess it was the height of her. You know, when you're younger, you have it, and you go through a period of time when you're in quotes hot. Some hotter than others. She was definitely top tier hot. And the thing is, she, as far as I knew, was a straight girl. She was a straight girl. But she started hanging out with a friend of mine who, Leo. Leo is a more adventurous sexually. And so this Leo, she swung either way, whichever way the wind blew, she went this way or that way. And so she would do men, women, black, white, Asian, whatever she could find, right? Well, nobody wanted her. No. She had many friends. That's that Leo. She had many friends, but nobody wanted her because she was obese. But not only was she obese, she wasn't clean. She wasn't clean. Not her body hygiene, not her surroundings, sanitation, and so the guys, they partied. We partied with her. She always had a lot of weed and stuff to eat, but she mostly ate takeout from fast food. The back of her truck was littered with the wrappings, and bags, and from throwing away, which another yucky fast food meal. So she wasn't very clean, and but the friends loved to hang out with her because she always played. They were white. They were all white kids. They played hip hop music, and she also loved the Grateful Dead. And she was tall. She told her parents that I was her girlfriend. I was no such thing. We were friends. We had just met. And we were hanging out, and I was really liking her because I get along with Leos very well. Leos and Sag. It's fire signs. We just connect. So it was nothing more than that, but she wanted me to be her girlfriend, and she told her parents that I was, which she lied. Her parents, her father was a professor at a university in Buffalo, and her mother was but her mother was a housewife. But they lived in Buffalo, and she lived in Toronto in a home they'd owned. But she occupied the basement apartment, which was a nice place, but she totally wrecked it by never cleaning, she's just a nasty mess. And so it was that she introduced me to, so the house was being rented to upstairs to a family of like brothers and sisters, siblings who were like in their 20s and 30s and up and coming in the film industry. And so it was like, it was an exciting place to be. There's always stuff going on that's interesting. And so she introduced me to those people. And the youngest sister was 22. Chrissy. Chrissy was, usually I wasn't into white chicks. But Chrissy was like, everybody would be into Chrissy. So, but I wasn't into Chrissy like that. It was just like, wow, she's a very attractive young girl, young woman. I was not that much older than her, but I was older. Chrissy decides that she wants me, just out of the blue, she wants me to come over and give her a massage. Now, I used to massage men and women. So it was like, it was my job. The thing is, though, she didn't want to come to my studio where I had massage table and everything. She wanted me to come to her home. Okay, it's a big house because they occupied, was it 2 floors on a big, in a big, it's like, there were storefronts and then apartments upstairs, but really spacious. It's like the older buildings, not like how they're building today. So I went to massage her, and she had a dog. She had a Rottweiler. It was a pup, but it was huge. It was not adolescent yet. but it was on its way. But it was big. Very gentle, sweet, beautiful dog. And so here we are. She's on the bed, and I'm like, damn. The body, the girl was fit. She was fit and she always, dressed well. Because she's one of those types who, she pranced around. She wanted to be seen, and it was hard to miss her. And her lying naked in front of me, good Lord. I'm supposed to straddle her on her bed. Oh my God. I'm not a lesbian. I mean, I play with Jesus. What? Why did this girl invite me here for this? The air, the energy, it was very sexually charged. But I don't cross boundaries, so I would not. If she wanted me to initiate her, it wouldn't happen. She would have to ask and pay me. Because I don't, I only do sexual things with people that I'm involved with on a more personal and intimate level, other than just, getting some rocks off. I don't do that. But it would be easy to get rocks off with her because she was just really attractive. Oh my goodness. I was just about to, I'd oiled I rubbed the oils on my palms and ready to, apply to her back and start the massage. And her dog just comes out of nowhere, walks into the room. And I'm like, oh, shit, this dog. But it's her little pup. It's her puppy. White girls, white people, they love their dogs. They may not like black people, but they love the dogs. And so the dog is there. It's circling around the bed and it's wagging. It's happy to see her. It's happy. And I'm not. I'm like, man, and I'm thinking, well, if the dog just hangs out, that's okay. But then the dog decides it's going to shake its head. Oh my God. I'm going to die. I had to make a decision. See, that's how you know. Some people are just like desperate for sex. And no matter what, they're going to get that pussy. They're going to get that piece of ass. But all I could see and think of was, ew, look at this dog. It's drooling. And the drool is flying everywhere. I don't want that to touch me. And I just said, okay, see ya, bye. Because I wasn't going to deal. She was naked, man. Can you imagine drool, nudity, massage oil, and me? That don't mix. No, I'm not one of those types. I think a black guy would do, he wouldn't even care. He'd probably try to do the dog. I did not say that, did I? Please. So yes, and that reminds me of, I saw one of my friends on Facebook. He is my ex-husband, my ex-Facebook husband, and he's white. He is very attractive man. They have dogs. I think they have about 3 dogs, and many of my white friends have dogs. No problem. I love dogs, but I'm a cat person. So there, he shows a picture of his dog, and he's saying that, oh, the dog really enjoy. He's telling his daughter that their dog, I don't remember the name of the dog, but the doggy really, you could tell. He goes, can you see? You can see how much he enjoyed his breakfast. And it's a picture of the dog with this, I think it was a Rottie, or was it a pit? I'm not sure, but the dog had these, oh my God, these long lines of drool on either side of its mouth, hanging down, just hanging. And all I could think of was, oh my God, if that dog, I hope that dog, even if I'm not there, I hope that dog doesn't shake its head. If that dog shakes its head, these long lines of drool, they look like they were like 6 inches at least. Oh my God, gross. I want to throw up. Gross. So here you have it. I love my friends. I love my friends with dogs. But chances are, I mean, I've had a dog, and that's how I know I don't want to have dogs. Unless, well, I wonder only if I'm in a place where I really need them. Like, I don't need them here. Our neighbors are watchers. Our neighbors are nosy as hell, and we're surrounded by them, so they are our watchdogs. And these are people who have lived here for a long, long time, decades. So, you know, they know each other. Everybody, you know. So I don't need a watchdog. I don't need guard dogs. I got neighbors. But many people have dogs. And dogs drool. And it's scary to me. It's like when I would take my dog for a walk, and the dog would get, you know, it's out there slushy and snow and ice. And we come back, and the dog, I have to rinse her paws because there's salt and it's not good for them. They're gonna lick. It's just, so you take her into the tub and you rinse her feet. And, you know, from that, the dog is wet from, even if just the feet. But it had a cocker spaniel. The dog, the smell of the wet dog, that made me want to throw up as well. And that's one of the reasons why I can't be on an intimate level with people who own dogs. Because they are close. Dogs and dog owners are very close. They like their doggies around. I understand that. But the smell of the fur, unless if it's a dog that doesn't have smelly, or it's a hairless dog, or the fur is different. I forget the name of the dog, that the fur is kind of like a black person's hair. Those dogs, people don't have allergies to. But, you know, but the drool, I'm terrified of drool. I don't want it touching me. You know, even when and then dog want to lick you. The dog will lick you, and the tongue is hot. Oh, no. Because every time the dog licked me, I feel I have to go wash that spot where the dog licked. Who the hell needs that? So I admire and I love to see your doggos online. Yes. I watch videos and photos of your doggies. I love your doggies just from a distance. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, comment or not. It's all good. I'm Dominant De La Pie, Mistress Sasha Storm. Now, for you girls who consider yourselves straight or bi-curious, it's nothing wrong with the exploration, right? Because I came out to my family and they laughed at me. They said, "You, a lesbian? Please." They thought it was a joke. Well, I never said I was a lesbian. I said I'm coming out as a dyke. They laughed. They didn't take me seriously. I guess they knew better than me. You know, better than I. I'm not a dyke. What is a dyke? I thought it was someone who is free to choose. That's what my definition was at the time. Now, I've become less and less interested in sex. Why? Because for the right person, I will be the biggest hoe. I will be so out there. But who's that? Where's that? Because I've come to learn people on a more intimate levels only to be disappointed. You know, people put on an act when they meet you. They're not really who they have been pretending to be, and it cannot be sustained, the acting. So they get unmasked, and I am disappointed. But now that I have the spirit of discernment all over me, I now know how best to be, to choose, to select, to vet, and it's good. I don't know why. I think before I was trying to be nice, you know, because some stupid bitch, she was a bitch, now she's a trans man, But she said to me once, "Get off your high horse. You're not special." That's a Leo. That was my partner at the time. And he, she, it, they, them, jealousy and envy. Because he always, she was intersex, right? People always thought she was a dude. And that's what attracted me to her in the first place, because she looked like a dude. I don't really go for girls that look like girls, because that's why I say I'm not a lesbian. I'm not into that lipstick and all that. No. I like guys. So a woman that looks like a guy, yeah, you could get that. But I come to learn, man, these lesbians are dangerous. And they, they do things, they gossip. They get together and talk about people. That's how they bond. They get on their phones and they communicate about the other dyke and the other bitch. And they do that. People who don't even like each other, they will find a common ground in disliking or hating someone. It's so weird. Anyway, good day.